Chelsea fans, we are back. We are back once again. We could see players like Neto moving to Liverpool, Man City, or Al Hilal. We have a new set piece coach as well. Let's get straight into that. We'll get to that later on in this video. But first, I'm a little late to this. Arsenal apparently were exploring a move for Vinicius Jr. He still doesn't sign a contract at Madrid. But nothing's going to come of this. Arsenal would have to pay 100+ million for Vinicius Jr. plus all the wages he would demand. If Mbappe is making 550 grand a week at Madrid, Vinicius is going to want at least around 500 at Arsenal. Arsenal are not going to pay that. We know how it is. Last year they wanted Rodrigo, and then they ended up getting Madueke. Here on the left wing, they say they want Vinicius, and then they're going to end up with like Neto. Let's just be real. Vinicius Jr., he never wants to leave Madrid. I guarantee you he's sitting there laughing at these rumors. They are not going to happen. Barcola could be leaving PSG for Liverpool. He hasn't signed a new contract. It said he's not going to. I understand because they've got, Doué, Kvaratskhelia, and Dembele on the wings, plus up top. He doesn't really fit into the team that well. It's unfortunate for him, but it is what it is for him. So he's going to leave at some point. I don't know when it's going to be. He might be on a free at some point. But Liverpool want him. They'd have to pay 170 million for him. I understand the valuation from PSG because I also would not want to sell him. There's no point to sell somebody that's that good because at the end of the day, he's under contract, so they don't have to sell him right now. So if they are going to get rid of him, I understand that it's going to take a lot, like 170 million to sell him. We move. Napoli are interested in Badiashile after an injury to one of their players. I'm not sure who it was. I probably should have looked at that, but I didn't. Look, Mans, we had a song for him when he came in after about 6 months of the new ownership, and since then, he has not really done anything. He's not of value, I think, to Chelsea fans or really anybody. Let's be real. But if we're going to play a back three, the left-footed center backs, if Hato is going to play left wing back and Cole is going to play left center back, I understand keeping Badiashile because he can play in that left center back or even central center back spot because he's tall. But besides that, we don't need him. I think we could get a 20 million for him, which is a more or less than what we bought him for, but at the end of the day, I don't think anybody would be sad to see him go. Anyway, Amiga will be fit for the Premier League season as well as Quenda. It'll be good that both of them, are coming. They have these injuries. Not good that they have the injuries, but good that they'll be coming back so soon from the injuries before the season starts. I'm so excited for Quenda, man. Less of Amiga, though. I think he's got some attitude problems that he's got to figure out. Strasbourg fans didn't even like him towards the end of his tenure there. But, we'll see. He scored in both preseason games. So, I don't know. But I just don't think he's going to play much here either, Amiga. So, I think he's a player that could be sold in a year, especially with Satpayev, depending on how he does. Still got Nicholas Jackson in there. Still have Delap in there at this point. So, I'm not sure. But it's sad to see because they're both going to be backups to Estevao and Amiga to João Pedro. So it's unfortunate for them since they are backups that it is now going to be harder for them to get into the squad. But I think Quenda could be really good, and I have seen earlier today now that he actually is going to still be going to Asia with the team. He's just going to probably miss the first 2-3 games. Maybe he'll play towards the back end against, I think, Juventus, and then we play that really good team from wherever in the world they are. I'm not sure. But now, let's get into some of the bigger topics here. Neto is among Manchester City's targets, and he's also been offered to Al Hilal by his agent, Jorge Mendes, or George Mendes, however you want to say it. Also, Liverpool, apparently, there's been some rumors for that too, but Chelsea aren't actively looking to sell him. So we'll have to see. If I'm a City fan, I'm sitting there and thinking, Maresca, you want Gusto and Neto. I understand, you were at Chelsea. Those are kind of your boys, whatever. I think Neto was decent on Maresca, especially in the Club World Cup, so I think he's a good asset. But I still think at this point we should just sell him because I want Estevao and Quinta to be able to get more game time. But again, Maresca, City fans, I'm not sure how they feel with Maresca coming in. I don't know how good City are going to be. Like, I don't think they're going to be as good, which is why I think it's even more of an advantage for Chelsea to maybe climb up the ranks this season. Liverpool, I don't think are going to be that great again. It's going to be all Arsenal again, but if people figure out their corner techniques, they're not going to really have much else besides that. Anyway, again, he wouldn't be missed, Neto, I think, if we sold him. Like, because Quinta, Esteval, Palmer can even play out there. Rogers could play out there if we really needed him to. Jackson could really play out there if we needed to. Gittins could really play out there if we needed him to. But Neto did have a decent season. He had 23 goal contributions. Look, let me pull up his stats here. FootMob, Neto. Let's look at his stats for the past couple of years. What is it? Okay, so he's 66 million transfer value. Wow. Right now he's sitting at, he's played 103 games for Chelsea FC. He scored 19 goals in that time. In 58 games, he had 13 goals, 10 assists, a 7.1 average rating. For a winger, man, he's too formulaic. He's too boring. We need, with Esteval, Quinta, they're more likely to just push up and go for it. That's why I like them more. We also seen rumors with Neto linked to Tottenham with the Romeo swap deal, but I haven't seen anything else about that, nor do I want Romeo. I do not want a Tottenham player. But hopefully Al Hilal come in and get Neto, because they paid $80 million for Somerville, so you best believe they're also going to be paying $80 million for Neto. So it sounds like he also wants to go there if, his agent's offering him there. At this point in his career, he wants to get the payday. How old is he? I have the stats still pulled up. He is 26. Yeah, at this point, go get the payday, man. Go play with Ronaldo and Felix. Maybe go to Al Nassr. Yeah, play with Ronaldo, Felix. Go join up with the Portugal brothers. But again, I also wouldn't mind if he stayed. Anyway, we move. That Kiram kid from Leverkusen, how I don't know how to pronounce his last name whatsoever, would be around 52 million, which is way higher than I thought it was going to be. Contract has been agreed till 2033, though. At this point, I think we're just trying to sway him to come to Chelsea over other clubs, and that's why, the long contract. And it seems like Xavi really wants him, so I can't really complain. Xavi knows what he's doing. Xavi knows best. But I know nothing else about this man. His highlights look somewhat promising. He plays on the left wing. Whatever. We'll have to see what happens with him. But Xavi Alonso has asked the board after preseason to assess the goalkeeper situation, allegedly. Go and get Diogo Costa from Porto. I've been wanting Diogo Costa for years. I've been saying it after watching Ronaldo at Portugal, man. I think he's a great goalkeeper. Apparently, he would only live for a team like Madrid or Chelsea or big name team because he loves Porto so much. So we'll see what happens after preseason, but that's the man I would want. At this point, we're not going to get a Mike McGann. I haven't seen any other names or anything besides Diogo Costa. Again, I think he'd be a great player. I think he's 26. So it'd be a little higher age again, which at this point we need. Excuse me. Anyway, Austin McPhee, I think is how you say it, is leaving his set-piece role at Aston Villa to join Chelsea, lads. This is absolutely huge. If you're still sticking around at this point in the video, that is absolutely stunning. 29 goals across set pieces in all comps, which is the most alongside Arsenal in Europe. And we all know Arsenal are set piece FC. So are Villa. I think they just went more under the radar. He was also Portugal's set piece coach at the World Cup. I knew I noticed him from somewhere, which they had good set pieces this World Cup. Like Mendes' free kick. Ronaldo almost had that trickery free kick. They had some decent corner kick routines. That is an absolutely great addition. I mean, that is basically like signing a world-class player. I'm not joking. We are making the exact right things. Thank you, board. I feel like I'm finally starting to fall in love with Chelsea again. Not only the managers and players, but the staff is improving with a signing like him. It is all going to be good vibes at Chelsea this season. That I can promise you, unless somehow we drop an absolute stinker. But again, with Xavi, with him, with the signings like Rogers, Palestra, it's all looking so good. We are doing everything right so far. We are moving more than any other team. We are winning the window in the Premier League right now. Maybe not necessarily all on signings, because some other teams like Tottenham have made some really good signings. But a set-piece coach like him is so phenomenal. Thank you to the owners for listening to us. Hopefully this continues for years and years and years. If they're going to continue like this, may they not sell the club. May we not have Blue Co out. But at this point, they still got some more to prove. But we all know they will always have the money to spend, which is another huge asset of that board. It is absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. Lastly, Chelsea have lowered their request for Coma to pay for Chalobah from I think 35 to 30, but Coma only want to pay 25, so it looks like the deal is cooling off. Coma might look for some other options. I believe Chalobah will still be sold because at this point he knows he's not going to be a starter. He's not going to be all that much of a player. I don't really think Xavi has him in many of the plans, but it's good for him wherever he's needed. I love Chalobah. Go do your thing, man. Go play in the Champions League at Como, whatever. But we might miss him, I think, because he would be a good backup. Jeez, my nose is itchy. But we'll see if he ends up being sold. Anyway, Chelsea fans, how are we feeling? If you made it to this point, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Look, this Austin McPhee, I think is how you say his name, it's so brilliant. That could literally change the trajectory of the entire season of our future. That we've got Xavi in. It's all looking so good. We got Western Sydney coming up. The Premier League title challenge is starting soon. See you guys.